We're going live. Let's check in to see who's here. Can we see my yoga mat okay? I might have to pull that back a touch. Hello, everyone. I'm just going to wait for some people to sign in before we start the class. We'll make a couple of announcements and then off we go. I'll likely edit this part out of what gets posted permanently, so whoever's joining us, you can still access this. But please feel free to post comments, and I would just say hello to me if you can in your comments section, just so I know who's joining in. And we still crickets, that's okay, we're meditating. We're finding inner peace and stillness. Hey Julie. So there's Julie from Bali. Julie and me here were instrumental in helping me get this whole thing set up. Hey Gazi, how are you? Gazelle was kind enough to design some posters for me to put on Instagram, so thanks for that, Gazelle. I'm still kind of new to this whole social media game. So any help that I get is very much appreciated, guys. Thank you. It just comes with the dad territory. It's like you're so caught up in just making it through the day that, to shift into the whole world of social media is a challenge. Anyhow, we should have more people signing in soon. When you sign in, please just give me a quick hello so I can see who's joining in, because I can't see the live join-ins. Hey, Cecilia, how are you? Cecilia from Markham. I can't see the people joining live like we would at an Instagram feed, and I think some people might have a hard time joining right away, so I'm just going to give another couple minutes. Hi, Louise. Good morning. Thanks for joining. That is nice. Okay, not that I'm going to start, but as people are signing in, so please say hello to me if you're signing in. Hi, Wanda. Welcome. Wanda was kind enough to make a donation to a local hospital, which I really appreciate. And it makes this whole project feel much more worthwhile that we're helping the world in a small way. Not that we're doing great things, but we're doing small things with great love, just to quote Mother Teresa. So if you're here while we're waiting for other people, we can just do a quick warm-up. Can you see me okay here, kind of, sort of? Yeah, I might have to slide this back a touch. So I would start with just some bent knees, and rest your hands on the thighs and slide the hands down, bent legs. If you're not that flexible, if you tend to be a bit extra stiff in the morning, I would keep your legs bent and elongate your lower back. So often first thing in the morning, this is what tends to be tense. If you can't straighten your legs, go ahead, just grab onto your elbows and allow that to lengthen your lower back down. The weight of the arms will help you out a bit, because you want that heaviness in the rib cage and in your arms to help you lower down. So if you're just joining us, please give me a quick hello in the comments section, because it's not like an Instagram live feed where I can see who joins in every time. I need to see you say hello, and then I can do some shout outs as well, which is awesome. So today's a bit of a core flow class here. Don't mind some of the mess there in the back. I have kids. So kids accumulate a pile of stuff. It gets dumped in a corner. Fortunately, it's double up garbage day next week, so we're going to be tossing a lot of stuff. Oh my goodness, Perry Mo. Hello. Perry Mo, for those of you who don't know Perry, he's another fantastic yoga instructor in the Thornhill Markham area. He does incredible work. Perry, you lift as well, don't you? Which is awesome and important. Some people like to think that yoga is, yoga is everything. Everything you need isn't. That's not true. There is no pulling action in yoga at all. So we're not doing any of this. We're just doing a lot of this, which means the front of the shoulder gets overdeveloped and the back of the shoulder is underdeveloped. So it does help to do some other type of work. I like to use a TRX personally and just get some pulling action in. to strengthen the back of the shoulder. I'm still having shoulder issues, especially my left arm. It's very difficult for me to extend, like that's hurting right now. And that's all related, which is fine. I can deal with it. Okay, there's Mercedes Nikki. Hi. So Mercedes Nikki is our winner today. We get a one-on-one sesh. Yeah, we're getting a one-on-one session today. If Nicole's available for about 50 minutes, and we're going to workshop anything that you want to workshop in your practice. Oh my goodness, Andrea Peloso. If any of you don't know Andrea Peloso is Canada's top restorative teacher practitioner who studied exclusively with Judith Lasater from the very beginning. Judith Lasater is the founder of restorative yoga, for those of you who don't know, and Andrea was her protege for many years and now does teacher trainings and workshops on restorative yoga. For a class that's going to be intense like this, it's going to be physically intense. The perfect balance to that is a restorative class. So if you get a chance to check out Andrea Peloso, I would totally do that, even at andreapeloso.com. Perry Mo says yes to resistance training for the back. Yeah, 100%. It's about finding a sense of balance. And if you are just one directional in your mentality, you're going to develop some kind of chronic injury, which is what happened to me. I learned the hard way. Best way to learn. Yeah, no, but good for you, Perry. You're doing some great work. Yeah. Honestly, Andrea, I think restorative it's such a powerful and underrated practice. Like first thing you do when you wake up in the morning, or if you have a long day and you're really tired, you just can't move. You have to respect your body's energy because then you can push into depression like that. So when people are at that point, I would say jump into restorative practice, even for half an hour. If people are quarantined at home, Andrea's got a lot of great tips too on props you can make out of like pots and pans and books. So I would definitely check her out if you get a chance. Julie, TRX things that I would recommend. Yeah. Ginny. Oh my goodness. Ginny, you're from Korea. It's 11 p.m. in Korea and you're going to do this. You are amazing. And bless you from joining in from Korea. That's amazing. 안녕하세요. 잘 지내세요. 네. That's the extent of my Korean. That and mianheo. That's about it. I found Korean challenging to learn. Okay. I think we're about to get started. Let's see. If you've joined us or if you're joining us, just please give us a quick hello. Oh, Gabriella. Lovely to see you. Gabriella is a regular in my Thornhill class who's just a wonderful soul. Yeah, and we agree with our sense of humor and stuff like that. So welcome and thanks for joining. I hope people aren't freaking out. I'm going to check my phone quickly to see my Instagram feed in case anyone's freaking out. And I can say, go to the link in the bio. Okay. Brett Solo, I don't think he's joining, but he was here last class. And Brett was also kind enough to donate to a local hospital. So I really appreciate that. It's just our way of trying to help the world in a small way. And if everyone's doing a small part, I think that's going to make a big difference overall. Okay. What I might do quickly is go live on IG for 2 seconds just to direct people here. Just in case, because you never know. Oh no, that's a Mark Moore thing. We don't want that. And that. And then delete that video. I would probably do that from Flow and Flux. Sorry guys, I'm just waiting for some people to join in, that's all. Yeah, social media, it's a very new thing for me. So I do appreciate the help and support everyone's giving me. It's really nice though to be connected to people like this. So, okay, I've got my phone here beside the computer, which is also on a live feed now. Go to YouTube. There we are. Danielle, go to YouTube. Yeah. Okay, everyone, if you're on Instagram now, go to YouTube. Hey, Rita, go to YouTube. The link for the YouTube channel is in my bio. So copy and paste that link, and I'm already on a live feed. I'm just trying to get people from Instagram and pull them into YouTube. Jasmina, okay, go to YouTube. Go to the link that's on my bio. That's my YouTube link. It's not customized yet. We're going to get there. And please go to that feed because I'm going to shut this feed down in a second. If you can. Thank you, Julie, for that suggestion to go to Instagram to see if people were there instead. And we're going to get started. Okay. If you're joining the Instagram feed, there you go. Go to my bio and click on the link for YouTube. Click on the link for YouTube. That's where I am doing the class. I'm going to be shutting down the Instagram feed in just a second. While people are probably warmed up their hamstrings and their lower back, I'm going to suggest now warming up your hips. It makes a huge difference. So I like to do the box thing where I bring one shin parallel to the front of the mat, lift up the other knee in front of it, and then slowly, or just hug the leg and slowly bring my chest down. Just to warm up the hips like that. It makes a huge difference, especially when you're doing your initial flow. Like that, both sides. Try to hold it for, I'd say 10 breaths because hips take a long time. And then we're going to start. Okay. I don't think anyone else is joining Instagram. So if you are on Instagram, get off. Oh my goodness. If you're joining Instagram, get off Instagram. Go to the link for the YouTube channel that's in my bio. And then we're going to be starting our class on YouTube. Okay? YouTube is the way to go. We are doing this in YouTube today. And for some reason, I have become, hey, practicing with Kim. Kim Hasselfeld, who's another brilliant yoga instructor. Probably just checking in to say hi. Hi, Kim. I'm shutting down Instagram and going to YouTube. So please come in there if you want to do the class. You're absolutely welcome to. I'm flattered. You got a fantastic practice. Like, why would you do my class? But okay, I'll take it. Okay, so we're gonna get started. Oh, Kim, you're just a wonderful human being. God bless you. Okay, shutting down Instagram. And we're not gonna put that to my story. Okay. And no one seems to be panicking. So I think this is it. Here we go. Oops. While we do that, we're going to do a time lapse on my phone of the class. If I can get that right angle. There we are. Okay. Peeps, we're starting. So we're doing a core flow class today. Ideally, you have a belt or something that you can put on the middle of your mat, across the middle like that. And we're going to use that to be jumping over back and forth. You don't have to use it right now, but we will be using it later on. If you do use it right away, it will help with your jump backs as we do our sun salutations. So come to the front of your mat. Press the feet down, lift up your pelvic floor. Take a deep breath. Sound your breath. We're going to be doing this throughout the practice. Your primary focus is your breath. Yes, I'll be cueing a lot of things for your body. Those are secondary. Primary is your breath, okay? If you are tired and you can't do any more physical stuff, that's fine. Stop the physical stuff and breathe. As you press your feet down, lift up your pelvic floor. And then draw the rib cage down towards your pelvic floor, containing that core shape. And I'll be cueing this core shape throughout the practice. Keep breathing. As you lift your pelvic floor, you're going to lengthen the sternum up without jutting out your rib cage. The rib cage stays in, you just lengthen up. As you lengthen up, bring the shoulder blades down the back and forward into the chest. If you want to find that action, take cactus with the hands for a second. Keep holding your core shape, lifting up your pelvic floor. Keep the shoulder blades where they are. Just bring the arms down. Deep breath in there. Lift the crown of the head up to the ceiling. So you draw the chin in towards your neck a bit. And we'll begin. Inhale, push into your feet. Bring the arms up. Gaze at your thumbs. Exhale and fold. Relax your lower back. Heavy rib cage. Inhale. Lengthen your head up. Hold the belly in. Exhale. Push into your hands. You can hold plank. Shoulder blades down your back. Maybe lower chaturanga. Keep your core shape. Inhaling upward dog. Strong legs. Arms back. Tail and chest forward. Exhale. Lift your rib cage up and shift it back into downward dog. Hold here and sound your breath. One. Spread your fingers, spread the toes. Try to make the arms and legs as long as you can. 2. Lift your rib cage up, shift it back towards the hips, sending more weight to your heels. Keep breathing, belly in. 3. Try to push your heels down, lengthen your big toes forward, lengthen your index fingers forward. 4. Rotate the armpits in towards each other, bringing the shoulder blades away from your spine. 5. As you exhale, gaze forward. Inhale, bend your knees. Step or hop forward. Lengthen your head up. Hold your belly in. Exhale and fold. Heavy rib cage. Relax your lower back. Inhale, push into your feet. Come all the way up. Reach away from strong legs. Contain that core shape. Exhale, release your hands. Samasthiti. Let's do that again. Inhale, arms up. Exhale and fold. Relax your lower back. Heavy ribs. Inhale, lengthen your head up. Hold the belly in. Exhale, push into your hands. Step or jump back. Again, you can hold plank or lower chaturanga, but keep your core shape. Inhale, upward dog. Strong legs, heavy hips, arms back, chest forward. Exhale, lift your rib cage up, shift it back into downward dog. Sound your breath. Most important part every time. 1. Keep trying to make your arms and legs as long as you can. They don't have to come straight. You just work them there. The karmic points are the same. 2. So it's not about making them straight. It's about finding the action of straightening. Heels down, big toes forward, index fingers forward. 3. Keep rotating the armpits in towards each other so the shoulder blades come away from the spine. 4. 5. As you exhale, gaze forward. Inhale, bend your knees. Step or hop forward. Lengthen your head up. Hold the belly in. Exhale and fold. Relax your lower back. Heavy rib cage. Inhale, push into your feet. Come all the way up. Reach away from strong legs. Exhale, Samasthiti. You're still holding your core. One more of the variation. Inhale, arms up. Full breath. Exhale and fold. Relax your lower back. Inhale, lengthen your head up. Holding your belly in. Exhale, step or jump back. Again, you can hold plank, maybe lower chaturanga. Keep your core shape. Inhale, upward dog. Strong legs, arms back, chest forward. Exhale, lift your rib cage up, shift it back, downward dog. Turn the left foot into a 45-degree angle. Lift your right leg up and bend the knee out to the side. That's a pose. You can hold that. Maybe wrap around with your left arm and catch your right leg. Hold there. 1. Lengthen your arms, either version, to shift weight back to your foot. 2. Keep the gaze at your left foot to help you balance. Keep breathing. 3. If you can, and you're binding, kick the foot into the hand. Lead the foot up to the ceiling more. 4. And 5. Exhale, release your right foot down. Turn the right foot into a 45-degree angle. Lift your left leg up. Bend the knee out to the side. And again, that's a pose. Maybe wrap around and bind with your right hand. Hold there. 1. Lengthening your arms as much as you can, shifting more weight back towards your back foot. 2. Keep the gaze at your back foot to help you balance. Keep breathing. Core shape. Keep finding it. That's 3. Kick the foot into the hand. Lead the foot up to the ceiling so you get a deeper stretch in the front of the left hip flexor. 4. And 5. Exhale, release your foot, bring your hands down. Again, you can hold plank, hold your core shape as you lower into chaturanga. Inhaling upward dog, full breath. Exhale, lift your rib cage up, shift it back, downward dog. Hold here for 5. Totally fine to take child's pose. And that's 1. Slow down your inhales. Control your exhales. Longer arms and legs. 2. Heels down, big toes forward, index fingers forward. Keep breathing. 3. Rotating your armpits in towards each other. Shoulder blades come away from the spine and then away from your ears. 4. 5. As you exhale, gaze forward. Inhale, bend your knees. Step or hop forward. Lengthen your head up. Exhale and fold. Relax your lower back. Inhale, push into your feet. Come all the way up. Core shape. Reach away from strong legs and exhale. Samasthiti. Surya Namaskar B. Inhale. Bend your knees. Tail forward. Arms up. Exhale, fold. Rib cage to your thighs. And now straighten your legs. Inhale, lengthen head up. Exhale, push into your hands. Step or jump back. Again, you can hold plank or lower chaturanga. Strong legs. Inhaling upward dog. Full breath. Exhale, lead with your belly, downward dog. Turn your left foot into a 45-degree angle. Step the right foot forward. Stay low. Inhale, come up. Tilt your pelvis, not your lower back. Then reach your hands up for 1 breath. Exhale, bring the hands down. Step back, lower chaturanga. Inhaling upward dog. Exhale, lead with your belly, downward dog. Other side. Turn right, step left. Stay low. Inhale up. Bend your front knees. Square the hips. Hands higher, tail lower. Exhale, hands down. Step back, lower chaturanga. Contain your core shape. Inhaling upward dog. Full breath. Exhale, lead with your belly, downward dog. Sound your breath. 1. Slow down the inhale. Control the exhale. Focus on the sound of your breath. 2. Try to make your arms a bit longer. Lengthen your index fingers forward. Then rotate the armpits in towards each other. 3. Heels down, big toes forward. Curl the tail to the chest. You get a deeper stretch in your lower back this way. That's 4. 5. As you exhale, gaze forward. Inhale. Bend your knees. Step or hop forward. Lengthen your head up. Exhale and fold. Relax your lower back. Heavy ribs. Inhale. Push into your feet. Bend your knees. Bring your arms up. Utkatasana. Exhale. Samasthiti. We'll do that once more. Inhale. Bend your knees. Tail forward. Arms up. Contain that front core. Exhale and fold. Relax your lower back. Inhale. Lengthen your head up. Hold the belly in. Exhale. Push into your hands. Step or jump back. You can hold plank. Hold your core as you lower. Inhaling upward dog. Exhale, lead with your belly, downward dog. Turn left, step right. Stay low. Inhale up, bend your front knee. Square your hips, hands higher, tail lower. Exhale, bring the hands down. Step back and lower. Inhaling upward dog. It doesn't matter if you're off my count. Exhale, downward dog. It matters that you're taking full breaths. Turn right, step left. Stay low. Inhale up, bend your front knee, hands higher, tail lower. Exhale, hands down, step back, lower chaturanga. Inhaling upward dog. Exhale, lead with your belly, downward dog. Hold here and breathe. Totally fine if you take a break. I'll still be your friend. 1. Slowing down your inhale. Control the exhale, calming down your heart rate. 2. Working your arms and legs straighter. Hold the belly in. It's like you're reaching the hands and feet away from your belly. 3. Still rotating your armpits in towards each other and releasing the shoulder blades down your back. 4. 5. As you exhale, gaze forward. Tail forward. Arms up. Exhale, Samasthiti. Padangusthasana. Separate your feet hip distance. Inhale, catch your big toes. Lengthen your head up. Exhale and fold. Relax your lower back. Hold here. 1. So lean your hips forward. It might be easier from the side. Push your feet down. Try to work your legs straighter. They don't have to come straight. You work them there. 2, and imagine a string on the belly button lifting up to the ceiling. You lengthen your rib cage along the legs towards your feet more. 3, bend the elbows, but bring the shoulders away from the ears. So you're pulling from the lats and not from your upper shoulder. 4, and then try to pull the toes off. You come a little bit deeper still. 5, inhale, lengthen your head up. Exhale, stay there and do nothing. That's the best instruction ever. Next inhale, step in the palms of the hands with the soles of your feet. Exhale and fold. Padahastasana. Totally fine to bend your knees. You work them straight. 1, so if you have bent knees, work your legs straight until you reach a tension point and breathe. Keep leaning weight forward. 2, and again, that string in the belly button is lifting up to the ceiling and you lengthen your rib cage down. Drop your head. 3, it's a bit trickier in this version, but try to bend your elbows and bring the shoulders away from your ears. 4, try to pull the hands up from underneath you. Come a bit deeper still. And 5, inhale, lengthen your head up. Exhale, work your way back up to standing. Samasthiti. If you want, you can step your right foot back. I'm going to step my left foot back so I'm still facing the camera. So inhale, you step your right foot back. Right foot's facing the back of the mat. Curl your left foot at 90 degrees. Inhale your arms up. Exhale, shift your hips towards the left. Reach forward with your right hand towards the right. Your hand can come down the shin, the ankle, or your foot. Keep the left hand on your hip or reach up to the ceiling. Hold here. Yeah, I'm already feeling tension in my shoulder for this. That's 1. Favor the inner edge of your front foot. Work the front leg longer. Maybe lift your big toes. 2, strengthen your back leg. Hold your core shape. Now lengthen your chest away from your hips. 3, push your top hand forward like you're pushing into a wall. Resist the bottom hand against your foot to twist up more. Keep breathing. 4, push your head back. Try to bring your chest back, hips forward, but contain that front core. 5, exhale, look down. Inhale, come up. Pivot the feet towards the left. Really curl your back toes inwards. Exhale, shift the hips back towards the right. Reach your left hand forward. Hand comes down the shin, the ankle, or the foot. Right hand can stay on your hip or reach up to the ceiling. Most important part, you're sounding your breath. 1, so again, favor the inner edge of your front foot. Work your front leg straighter. Keep your gaze up. 2, strengthen your back leg. Keep containing that core. Now lengthen with your core towards the left. 3, push your top hand forward. Resist the bottom hand against your foot. Keep your gaze up. 4. And 5, exhale, look down. Inhale, come up. Pivot the feet to the front. Right hand on the hip, left hand up. Exhale, pull your right hip back. Reach your left hand forward. Your hand can come down the inside edge, maybe the outside edge of the foot, and you twist up from there. If you want to book, go ahead. Maybe reach your right hand up. Same karmic points. 1, favor the inner edge of your front foot. Work your front leg longer. Maybe lift your big toe. It gets so interesting. 2, contain your core shape. Now find length to the front and twist. 3, push your top hand forward. Resist the bottom hand against your foot. You'll twist deeper still. 4, left shoulder blade down the back. And 5, exhale, look down. Inhale up. Pivot the feet towards the back of the mat. Left hand on the hip, right hand up. Exhale, draw your left hip back and reach your right hand forward. Right hand can come down the inside edge of the foot, on top or outside edge of the foot. Left hand can stay on the hip or you reach it up and breathe. Oh, that's interesting. 1, so you still favor inner edge of your front foot, working your front leg longer. 2, contain your core shape again. It's going to help you twist deeper. Keep your gaze up. 3, left hip back, right hip forward. Lengthen your rib cage forward. Push your top hand forward. 4. 5, as you exhale, look down. Inhale, come all the way up. We're just going to take a wider stance. Right foot faces the front. Curl the back toes inwards. Exhale, bend your right knee. And you want to keep this core shape as you bend that right knee. Then bring your elbow down the knee, left arm above the left ear. You can hold here or bring the right hand down on the outside edge of the foot. Keep your gaze up. Sound your breath. Most important part. That's 1. So again, slow down your inhale. Control the exhale. 2, open up the knees towards the wall behind you so you're stretching across the front of the pelvis. 3, pinky side of your left hand is chopping down. Now twist your chest up. Contain that front core. It's going to help you twist more. 4. And 5. Exhale, bring your left hand down. We're going to pivot on the outer edge of the front foot, outer edge of the back foot in a hip opener. So that's a pose. You can hold here. Maybe bring the right hand on the knee. Start to push the knee away. Reach your chest away from your hips. Hold here. Continue your core. 1. Flex both feet. 2. Try to draw your right hip back. Curl the left hip underneath towards your right knee. 3. With your right hand, push the knee away. Reach your chest away from your hips. 4. Maybe lower your hips a little bit. You got a deeper stretch now. And 5. So if you want, you can stay here for another 5 breaths. Or step your right foot back and stack your feet. You can stay here in a side plank. Lift up your right arm. Maybe lift up your right leg. If you want, you can try to catch the foot. Hold there. 1. Strong bottom leg. 2. Flex your feet, hips higher. 3. Contain your front line. I know it's hard. 4. Core shape. 5. Exhale, bring your hands down. Step your right foot down to its original position. Inhale, come up, pivot the feet towards the back of the mat. And then exhale again. Keep your core shape as you bend your left knee. Left elbow on the knee, right arm above the right ear. That's a pose. Maybe left hand down on the outside edge of the foot. Hold there. 1. So you still favor the inner edge of your front foot. Open up the knees towards the wall behind you. 2. Pinky side of your right hand chops down. Now twist your chest up. Keep containing your core shape. 3. Find length with your core along your left leg and twist up again. 4. And 5. Exhale, look down. Right hand down. Pivot on the outer edge of your front foot, outer edge of your back foot. And it's okay if you stay here. Maybe bring the left hand on top of the knee. Start to push the knee away. Hold there. 1. Flex both feet so you protect the ankles. It's very important. 2. Keep drawing your left hip back. Tuck the right hip underneath towards your left knee. 3. Try to push your knee away and lengthen your chest away from your hips. Keep containing your core. 4. And 5. So you can stay here if you want for another 5 breaths. Or stack your feet. You can stay here in a side plank. Maybe lift up your arm. Maybe lift up your foot. Maybe catch the toe. Same karmic points. That's 1. Flex your feet, hips higher. 2. Contain your core shape. 3. Maybe chest back and hips forward a bit. 4. And 5. Okay, exhale, bring your left foot down to its original position. Inhale up. Pivot the feet towards the right again. Come down onto your right knee. So we're just going to twist. We're going to bring the left elbow across the right knee. And you can start here, but start to engage your core strength. Notice how your rib cage lifts. Now twist again from the low waist, and you find you come much deeper. You can keep the hands in prayer. Maybe straighten your back leg and bring your left arm down. Maybe bring the right arm above your right ear. Hold there. 1. Left shoulder blade down your back, either version. 2. If your top arm is extended, chop it down. Lift your chest up. 3. Push your head back to twist your chest up more. Engaging the muscles on your thoracic vertebrae. 4. And 5. Exhale, look down. Inhale, come up. Turn the feet to the back. And exhale, we're going to bring the right elbow across the left knee. So again, you can stay here in prayer. That's fine. But engage your core. Engage that front line, lifting your pelvic floor, lifting up the ribs. Then drag the ribs across your thigh a bit more. Again, you can stay in prayer. Maybe right hand down. Maybe straighten your back leg and extend your left arm up. 1. Strong back leg. Hold your belly in. Twist from your core. 2. Right shoulder blade draws down the back, reaching your chest forward. 3. If your top arm is extended, chop it down. Now twist up. Push your head back. 4. 5. Exhale, look down. Inhale, coming all the way back up. We can take a shorter stance. Curl your big toes inwards. Hands on your hips. Inhale, your chest up. Exhale and fold. Hands down between your feet, shoulder distance. Prasarita Padottanasana. Inhale. Lengthen your head up. Hold the belly and hold your core. Exhale and fold. Crown the head towards the floor. Keep your rib cage heavy. You can even bring your hands on the ribs. Feel the weight pulling the ribs down. Hold there. 1.
So like we did before, lean your hips forward, push into your feet, try to work the legs straighter. 2, and imagine that string in the belly button lifting up. Your rib cage is heavy away from that string. 3, walk your hands back so the heels of the palms can line up with the heels of your feet. Squeeze your elbows in towards each other. 4, 5, inhale, lengthen your head up. And exhale, walk your hands forward. I'm just going to turn my mat so you can kind of see what I'm doing a bit better. So, and a wave hi to everyone from underneath here. My hands are forward. I'm going to bring my left foot between the hands, about 6 inches behind them, and the right foot outside the right hand. I'm going to lean weight into my right hand, shift the weight to my left, twist my hips while my feet are in the air. So pushing my hand, lift, twist, lower down. So now my feet are in the same position on the other side. Push into the left hand, hips up, twist, lower down. Try that a couple times. So you're leaning the hips forward, shifting weight from one hand to the other. Do it a couple times, just for fun. Breathe. Contain your core shape again. Okay, now come back to your original position. Breathe. We're going to take a wide-legged splits from here, just to counter a little bit. So you can bring the feet as wide as you can. You could stand your hands. Maybe lower down into your elbows. Maybe lower down into your chest. You stop at your tension point and breathe. 1, flex both feet. Keep your gaze up. 2, contain that core shape. It's going to make a big difference now. 3, draw your hips back, but lengthen your chest forward. Keep lifting the pelvic floor to your rib cage as you gaze up. 4, breathe, or none of this works. And 5, okay, we're going to bring our legs back in towards their original position. And exhale, fold, interlace the fingers behind you. For C version, you can hold here, maybe lower your hands down behind the head. And if you want to roll out your shoulders, you can. Hold there. 1, lean your hips forward, press the feet down, work the legs straighter. 2, rib cage is heavy, moving down away from a belly button that's lifting. 3, now relax your shoulders forward, allow them to roll forward. 4, 5, inhale, coming all the way back up. Take your time, keep your core shape. I know it's hard. And exhale, come back to the front. Samasthiti. Okay, Utthita Hasta Padangusthasana. And we'll take it in stages. You just do what you can, okay? Left hand on the hip, containing your core, lifting up your pelvic floor, focusing the weight on your left leg. Inhale. If your leg is bent, lead the heel forward. 2, if your leg is straight, point the foot, tighten the grip, bend your elbow to lift the leg higher. 3, and drop your right hip. You'll find you can lift the foot higher still. 4, 5, inhale your leg up or your head up. Exhale, leg or knee out to the side, gaze towards the left. That's where the weight goes. 1, containing your core shape. 2, and driving weight down in towards your left foot. 3, if your leg is straight, bend your elbow and roll the heel forward. You'll release the top of the hip. 4. And 5, inhale, bring your leg back into center. I'm going to turn to the side. Exhale, you can catch the outer edge of the foot. The right hand can stand the hip or reach back. If it's not available to you, just catch the knee. 1, grow tall, wherever you are. Contain your core. 2, deep inhale. Control the exhale. 3, you don't have to go deeper. You have to breathe. 4. And 5, inhale, coming back into center for 1 breath. If you can, exhale and fold chin to your shin. Then inhale, release the foot, hands on your hips, hold here. 1, point the foot, but flex the big toe. 2, and pull the leg into the hip socket against the strength of your left leg. 3, lifting your pelvic floor, grow tall. Maybe release your hands up. That makes it interesting. 4. And 5, kick your leg back, catch it with your right hand. And that's a pose you can hold here. Maybe you fold forward. And that's 1. It's a counter pose. We're just stretching the front of the hip flexor. 2. 3, if you can, kick the foot into the hand, lead the foot higher. 4. And 5, inhale, work your way back up, and exhale, release. Shake it out. Shake it out. That's a lot on your left leg. So if you come out and come back in, that's all normal. Bring the right hand on your hip. Inhale, lift up your left knee, or big toe, or leg straight up. Exhale. Exhale and fold. Hold there. 1. So if your leg is bent, lead the heel forward. 2, if your leg is straight, point the foot, tighten the grip, and bend your elbow. 3, try to drop your left hip. It's going to help you lift the leg more. 4. And 5, inhale your head up, exhale the leg or the knee out to the side. Contain your core shape the whole time. 1, growing tall. It's okay if your leg bent. I'm still your friend. 2, and if your leg is straight, try to bend your elbow using the bicep. 3, roll your heel forward. It's going to help you drop your hip. Keep containing your core shape in the front. 4. And 5, inhale your leg into center. You can catch the outer edge of the foot with your right hand, left hand on the hip. Maybe reach your left hand back, and if that's not available, just catch your knee. 1, breathe. 2, you don't have to go deeper. You have to breathe deeper. 3, twisting from your low waist. Keep your core shape. 4. And 5. Okay, inhale your hands back into center for 1 breath. Exhale and fold if you can. Then inhale, release the foot. Hands on your hips or above your head. 1, point your left foot, but flex the big toe. 2, and draw this leg into the hip socket against the strength of your right leg. 3, lifting up your pelvic floor, containing your core shape. 4. And 5, kick your leg back. Catch it with your left hand. That's a pose. Maybe you fold forward. 1, relax your face. Doesn't need to work. 2, relax your breath. Slow it down. 3, maybe you kick the foot into the hand and lead the foot up, stretching the front of your hip flexor. 4. And 5, inhale coming up, and then exhale, release. Shake it out. Samasthiti. That's a lot. Breathe. Deep inhale. And deep exhale. Okay, we're going to do a half bound lotus, and I'll show you modification in a second. So if you can take a half lotus, inhale your right leg up. Heel comes up towards your belly button, then lengthen your right knee down to start. If you can, reach your right hand to the side, turn your thumb down, rotate it around to catch your right foot, and then exhale, start to fold forward. If that's not available to you, you're not going to do that version. Right foot above your left knee, bend your standing leg, elbows on your shin, maybe hands to the floor. 1, flex your right foot, bend your standing leg more. 2, press your rib cage down, reach your chest forward. 3, contain your core shape. If you're binding, flex the foot into your belly, keep the rib cage over your heel. 4, so you squish up the spleen. It's a good time. 5, inhale, straighten your standing leg. Exhale, stay there and do nothing. Inhale, work your way back up. And exhale, release. Other side. Inhale. So again, if you can, bring your left foot up and towards the belly and lengthen the knee down. Extend your left hand out to the side, turn your thumb down, and then wrap around to bind your foot if you can. Exhale and folding is an option. Otherwise, left foot above your right knee, elbows on your shin or hands to the floor, bend your standing leg, hold there. 1. So again, if you can, flex the left foot against your right arm, bend your standing leg more. 2, press your rib cage down, resist your arms back, hold your core shape, belly back, chest forward. 3, if you're binding, flex the foot into the belly, keep the rib cage over your heel to squish out your liver. 4. 5, inhale, lengthen up halfway, straighten your standing leg. Exhale and fold, or exhale, just release. Inhale, work your way back up. Release your left foot, come back to the front. Samasthiti. Surya Namaskare into our warrior poses. Inhale, bring your arms up, gaze up. Exhale and fold, relax your lower back. Inhale, lengthen your head up. Exhale, step or jump back, lower down. Inhaling upward dog, full breath. Exhale, lift your rib cage up and back, downward dog. Turn your left foot into a 45. Step the right foot forward. Stay low. Keep your right leg bent. Hinge up from the pelvis. Mount the lower back. Take your time. Lifting your pelvic floor. You want to contain that core shape. Now reach your arms up. Hold here for 5. Very good. 1, slow down the inhales. Control the exhales. Contain that core shape. 2, draw your right hip back and left hip forward so you're squaring to the front of the mat. 3, reach your hands higher, tail lower. Keep lifting your pelvic floor. 4. And 5, straighten your right leg. Turn the feet towards the back of the mat. And exhale, bend your left knee. Totally fine to use your hands to lift your pelvic floor, tilt your pelvis up and square. Hold. 1, again, slow down your inhales. Control the exhales. I know it's hard. 2, draw your left hip back, curl the right hip forward. Keep lifting your pelvic floor. 3, rotate the armpits in towards each other. Chop your arms forward. Bring your rib cage back and tail forward. 4, 5, inhale, open up your palms. Warrior 2 position. Keep the gaze towards your left fingertips and breathe. 1, open up the knees to the wall behind you. Contain your core shape. Lift your pelvic floor. 2, don't let your ribs flare out. Keep them contained. Grow tall away from strong legs. 3, if you want to find your shoulder blades, turn the palms up. Keep the shoulder blades in place. Now turn your palms down. 4, 5, inhale, straighten your left leg. Turn the feet to the front and exhale. Bend your right knee. Keep containing your core shape as you bend that right knee. Hold. 1, opening the knees out to the wall behind you. 2, lift your pelvic floor, contain your rib cage. Now grow tall, away from strong legs. 3, go ahead, find your palm or your shoulder blades. Turn your palms up. Keep the shoulder blades there. Now turn your palms down. 4 and 5. Exhale, we'll bring the hands down either side of your front foot. Step your right foot back, lower down, chaturanga. Inhaling, upward dog, full breath. Exhale, lead with your belly, downward dog. We're going to do pigeon lunges. Inhale, bring your right knee towards the right hand. Come all the way down onto your right leg. You don't want that hip lifting. You want that hip down. It's easier if the foot is closer to you. It's more challenging if you bring it further forward. You do what you can. Your back leg can stay bent as you fold forward. That's where we're going to go. Maybe you come onto the top of the back foot. Maybe you curl the back toes under and lift your back leg up. If you do that, though, you still want to keep that right hip down. Hold here. Come down forward as much as you can. And that's 1. Flex your right foot to protect the right ankle. Keep pressing that right leg down. 2, you can use your left hand to curl your left leg in towards your right leg. Keep breathing. 3, you can use your left hand to bring the rib cage in towards your right thigh more. Keep breathing. 4 and 5. Inhale, come up. We're going to swing the left leg around and bring the left foot on top of your right knee. So if your knee is lifted like that, that's normal. Bring the hands behind you, shift your chest forward. You can hold here. Maybe bring your right arm around the front of your knee. Left hand beside you, and you push your weight down. So you can stay here. If your leg does come down, go ahead, flex both feet, bring your hands forward, hold here. 1, so you're flexing both feet, protecting your ankles. 2, contain that core shape. I know it's easy to let it go. Now hold your belly and lengthen your sternum forward. 3, if your hands are forward, try to claw the ground. Drag the hands back and pull your chest forward. Shoulder blades down your back. 4 and 5. Slowly work your way back up. You can bring your left shin in front of you and swing your right leg around. And it's fine if that right leg is bent. One side's always going to be different than the other. So that's okay to allow that to happen. You can start to fold forward from here. We're still flexing the left foot. Maybe you come onto the top of your back foot. That's a pose. Maybe you curl the back toes under and straighten your back leg. Hold there. 1, flex your left foot so you're protecting your left ankle. 2, you can use your right hand to curl the right leg in towards your left thigh. That's where the work is. 3, curl your right ribs in towards your left leg. Keep breathing. 4, strong back leg if you can. And 5, inhale, work your way back up. Swing the right leg around. You're going to bring the right foot on top of your left knee. And it's fine if your hands are behind you and you're shifting your chest forward towards your knee. Maybe your left arm comes around the right leg, right hand beside you, and you start to push your chest down. You can stay here. If your knee does come down, go ahead, straighten your arms and come into a forward fold and breathe. 1, flexing both feet. It's going to protect your ankles and draw the work into your hips. 2, try to press your rib cage down and lengthen your chest forward. 3, contain your core shape. I know it's easy to forget. Lifting your pelvic floor, lengthen your chest forward. 4
and 5. Work your way back up. Okay. From here, we're going to take a vinyasa. But if you want, now's a good time to bring in your belt or strap if you have something like that, and bring it about 6 inches behind your hips. So now when you jump back, you have to jump over the belt, going back and forward. So if you want just to start, cross the shins, roll over in the tops of the feet, pushing your hands, inhale, jump back, and then exhale, lower down. Inhaling upward dog, and take your time. Exhale, lead with your belly, downward dog. Now we're going to jump over that strap. Gaze forward, bend the knees. Jump, try to land on the tops of your feet. And straighten your legs. Dandasana, staff pose, hold here. 1, draw the legs into the hip sockets. Grow tall against the energy of the legs. Use your core shape, let that stay intact. 2, push your hands down, shoulder blades down the back. Push them forward into your chest, grow tall. 3, squeeze your feet together like you have $1 million check between them. Keep holding your core strength, your core shape, and grow tall with that. 4. 5, inhale, reach your arms up. Keep your legs strong. Keep your core intact. Exhale, lengthen forward. Don't fall forward, lengthen. Lengthen, 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 and then you catch your feet. If you can't catch your feet, bend your knees. This is a beautiful position. Hold here. Don't kid yourself. There's a lot of work here. 1, so if your knees are bent, try to press your ribcage to the thighs. Maybe lead your heels forward. 2, and you stop at a tension point and breathe. You don't have to go deeper. You just have to breathe deeper. 3, your thighs still draw back and you lengthen your ribcage forward. Either version. 4, bend your elbows, shoulders back, chest forward. 5, inhale your head up. Exhale, bring the hands behind you 6 inches. They should be landing on your belt, give or take, for Purvottanasana. Roll your shoulders forward, lift your chest up. Inhale, push your heels down, lift your hips up, drop your head back and breathe. 1, shifting more weight to the feet. 2, push your heels down, lift your hips up higher. 3, shoulders forward, chest up. Hold your belly in like you're at the beach. 4, hips higher, more weight to your feet. And 5, and lowering down. Okay, you can take a break here or vinyasa. Inhale, pick up, and you have to jump over the belt. Exhale, jump back and lower down. Hold your front. Inhaling, upward dog. Exhale, lead with your belly, downward dog. Gaze forward, bend the knees, coming forward to seated position. Keep your left leg straight, bend the right leg back. We're just going to move the leg in the hip socket a bit, so we're loosening up the tendons around the hip joint. Okay, so you can stay here now with the hands underneath your ankle, or bring the hands in prayer underneath your shin, or wrap the arms around the front of the shin, interlace your fingers. Roll your right hip forward towards the left foot, grow tall, and breathe. 1, keep the strength in your straight leg. Keep growing tall. Hold your core shape. The core is going to keep you tall. 2, flex your right foot, bring the heel higher and the shin closer to your chest. Keep breathing. 3, shoulder blades go down the back and they push forward into your chest. 4. And 5. Okay, if you want, you can stay here for another 5 breaths. Otherwise, we're going to release the foot, grab onto the calf. We're going to bring the knee behind the shoulder. So that's already a pose. You can bring the right hand down. You can stay here. This is work. Maybe catch the outer edge of the foot. I don't think my left shoulder is going to let me do this. And from here, you start to straighten. Yeah, it's not. Straighten your right leg. Maybe gaze out underneath your left arm. Hold here. And eventually, you're going to work that right leg straight. 1. 2, keep your left leg straight. Keep rotating your right hip forward. 3, right shoulder blade down the back. You're growing tall. 4. And 5. Okay, release the pose. You're going to chop the leg down on your shoulder. Bring the hands in front. Here's some core work. Inhale, lift up. Drag your hips back. Lift up your left leg. Exhale, bend your left leg. Straighten your right leg forward. Keep your gaze up. Make your legs super strong. Then swing your right leg around. Inhaling, upward dog. Full breath. Exhale, lead with your belly, downward dog, other side. Jump over the belt. Inhale, coming into a seated position. Right leg straight, lift up your left ankle. And again, you can just start to move the leg so the tendons know it's okay to release. We're just trying to send them a neurological message. You can stay here, maybe hands in prayer underneath, or wrap the arms around the front of the shin. Roll your left hip forward towards your right foot. Grow tall, sound your breath. 1, strong straight leg, grow tall against the energy of that leg.
2, and you're still lifting your pelvic floor, containing your core. Use the core to grow tall. Notice the difference. 3, flex your left foot, bring your heel higher and shin closer to your chest. 4, and 5. So you can stay here for another 5 breaths, or we're gonna bring the hand underneath the shin, pull the leg back behind the shoulder, left hand down. Right hand catches the outer edge of the foot, and you start to work the leg straight. It doesn't have to come straight, you work it there. Maybe you gaze underneath your right armpit and breathe. Strong straight leg, roll your left hip forward more. 2, your left foot pushes up, left hip pushes down. 3, find your core shape and use that to pull your rib cage forward more. 4, and 5. Okay, chop your leg down, and you can stay here with the hands beside you. Maybe you drag your hips back and inhale, lift your hips up. Maybe lift up your right foot. Bend your right leg, straighten your left leg. Chest forward, elbows back. And then from here, you can swing around into chaturanga. Inhaling upward dog, full breath. Exhale, lead with your belly, downward dog. We're going to jump onto our shins. Inhale, jumping forward. And you want to come onto your shins for Virasana. If this hurts, I would sit on a few books because you don't want to overtax or overstretch the knee. I like to remove the calf from behind the knees. It makes it more comfortable for me. And then I sit down here between my feet. Hands are in front of my knees. Grow tall. Virasana, hero's pose. Hold here. 1. Push your feet down into the floor. Draw your tail forward. Lift your pelvic floor so you still have an active core shape. 2. Resist the arms back. Shoulder blades down the back. Push your chest forward. 3. 4, contain your core, keep sounding your breath. And 5, okay, we're gonna counter, we're gonna bring the hands back behind you. Roll your shoulders forward, lift your chest up, inhale, lift your hips up, stretching the front. You can stay here or come down into the elbows, grab onto your heels, keep lifting up your hips. Drop tail up. 2, grabbing onto your feet, try to pull your feet back, lift your hips up again. 3, roll your shoulders forward, lift your chest up, keep finding that core shape again. 4, and 5, and lower down. Inhale, work your way back up. And exhale, just take a child's pose for a couple of breaths just to stretch out your lower back. Draw the tail down towards your heels. It's going to help you stretch out your lower back. Okay, and then work your way back up. We'll take a vinyasa, push into your hands. Step or jump back and lower. Chaturanga. Full inhales every time. Full exhales every time. Gaze forward, bend the knees, come forward. Hi, look, I just got closer to the camera. Okay, keep your legs straight. Actually, no, don't keep them straight. Bend your legs back. And we're gonna grab onto your feet. Bring your feet towards the hips for Baddha Konasana. If your knees are high up, that's normal. We're just gonna massage the adductor muscles with your elbows. Otherwise, if your knees do come down, squeeze your feet together, lengthen your knees out to the side, start to lengthen your chest forward. Don't fall forward. Lengthen forward. Hold there. 1. So as you breathe deeply, lengthen your knees out to the side. That's your primary action. 2. Lift your pelvic floor. Find your core shape. Use that to lengthen forward, but don't drop. 3. So your chin is still reaching forward. Push your elbows down, belly back, lengthen your sternum forward. 4. You don't have to go deeper. You have to breathe deeper. 5. Inhale your head up. Make 2 fists. Put them behind your heels. Push your heels forward. Push your elbows down. Round your back. Crown the head towards your feet. And that's 1. If you really want to have fun, bring the hands underneath your feet. Try to lift the feet up. 2. Keep lengthening your knees out to the side. Tuck the tail towards the head. 3. As you tuck the tail towards the head, try to bite the tail with the head. 4. And 5. Inhale, work your way back up. Use your hands to help you lift the knees and then straighten the legs for Upavishta Konasana. We want 90 degrees. You don't want a wide-legged splits. We want 90 degrees here. If you're not that flexible, keep the hands behind you and just shift your chest forward. Keep your legs nice and strong. Wherever you are, your legs are grounding into the floor. Your pelvic shape is there, and then you start to lengthen forward. Don't drop forward. Lengthen. Maybe you catch your shins or ankles or the feet. Maybe you bring your chin and chest to the floor. I don't hate people who do that because I'm spiritually advanced. Hold here and breathe. 1, keep pressing your legs down, press your hips down, lift your pelvic floor. 2, so you use your pelvic floor and your core shape to lengthen your chest forward. 3, draw the elbows back as you lengthen your chest forward. 4, 5, inhale, lengthen your head up. Exhale, stay there, do nothing. Next inhale, lean your weight back, lift up your arms, maybe lift up your legs, hold here. It's okay if your legs are bent. It's okay if you lift up one foot, you just do what you can. 1, so if your knees are bent, lead your heels up. 2, if your legs are straight, point your feet, drop your head back. 3, contain your core shape, use that to lengthen away from your hips. 4, and 5, and cross your shins. So you can take a break here or a vinyasa. Inhale, pick up. Exhale, step or jump back and lower. We're going to come into a squat. Inhaling, upward dog, full breath, whether you're moving or sitting. Exhale, downward dog, whether you're moving or sitting. Coming into a squat, gaze forward, bend the knees, and jump the feet outside the hands. Otherwise, if you're seated, try to bring your feet about mat width apart and come into a squat. If this is not available to you, sit on some books so your hips are a bit higher. And you want to keep the shoulders inside the knees. Now squeeze your big toes inwards. That's very important so you get the actions of the legs squeezing against your shoulders. Take prayer if you can and hold. 1, lift your pelvic floor, breathe. Contain that core shape as you breathe. I know it's hard. 2, squeeze the knees under your shoulders, bring the shoulder blades down the back and grow tall. 3, pull your tail forward. So now we're getting the stretch in the lower back. That's where it needs to be. 4, and 5. You can stay here for another 5 breaths or bring the hands down in front of you for Bakasana. Let's step back a bit. So when lean weight forward, it's okay if your arms are bent. You lift up one leg or both. Maybe straighten the arms, hold there. 1, straight arms, gaze up. 2, lift the heels to your bum. 3, squeeze the knees against the arms, rotate your elbows back. 4, and 5, jump back from here, over your belt, chaturanga. Inhaling, upward dog if you can. Exhale, lead with your belly, downward dog. Gaze forward, bend the knees, coming forward into a seated position. So if you're still in squat, just release your left leg forward. The right leg in Marichasana is a squat. Reach your right hand forward. Resist your right hand back. You can hold here. Maybe you turn your thumb down, wrap the arm around, try to bind. Binding's overrated, but if you like it, go ahead if it's easy. Otherwise, stay here. 1, keep pushing your right foot down. Try to drop your right hip. That's where the work is. 2, contain your core shape. Now lengthen away from your right hip. Keep the right hip down. 3, squeeze your knees in towards each other. Right shoulder back, left shoulder forward. 4, and 5. Okay, inhale, come up. Now just for fun, if you want, you can keep that right leg underneath your right armpit. Hands down, inhale, pick up. And then exhale, swing it back, lower down, chaturanga. It makes for an interesting vinyasa. Inhaling, upward dog, and exhaling, downward dog. Gaze forward, bend the knees, other side. And if you're taking a break, that's okay. We're still friends. Right leg straight, left leg back. Reach your left hand forward. Resist the arm back against your shin and pull your chest forward. Keep that left hip down. Hold here or bind. Same karmic points. That's 1. You have to keep that left hip down. 2, contain your core shape, lifting your pelvic floor. Use the core to lengthen away from your left hip. That's grounding. 3, don't fold down. Don't fold forward. Lengthen away from your left hip. Keep your left hip down. That's the trick. 4, and 5. Inhale, coming back up. And release the pose. If you want to do the defensive vinyasa, go ahead. Otherwise, sit here and breathe. Inhale, pick up. Exhale, step or jump back and lower. Full inhales, whether you're moving or sitting. Full exhales, whether you're moving or sitting. Gaze forward, bend the knees, coming forward to a seated position. We'll take a twist. Left leg straight, right leg back. C version. You can hug the right leg with your left arm or bring the elbow across the knee. Now, once you're here in your twist, lift your pelvic floor, draw the ribs in towards your hips. Notice how your twist comes deeper. And then slide your armpit towards the knee more. You can hold here. If you can bind, go ahead. Otherwise, hold stop sign. This is a fantastic version. Breathe. 1, keep your right hip down. Use your core to grow tall. 2, and as you grow tall, widen your collarbones out to the side. You'll twist deeper. 3, as you use your pelvic floor lifting, Try to bring your left rib cage across your right thigh more. 4. And 5. Okay, release the pose. And you can switch sides or vinyasa. Inhale, pick up. Exhale, step or jump back and lower. Whether you're moving or sitting, it's full breaths. Full inhales. And full exhales. Good. Gaze forward, bend the knees, other side. Right leg straight, left leg back. Hug your right arm around your left leg and left hand behind you. That's a beautiful pose you can hold here in a twist. Maybe bring the elbow across the knee. Now, wherever you are, contain that core shape. Lift your pelvic floor, draw your ribs down, and notice how you're drawing yourself deeper in a twist. You can bring your armpit closer to the knee. Hold stop sign or a bind. It's up to you. Breathe. 1. So wherever you are, draw your left hip down and grow tall away from the left hip. It's just like A version. 2. Keep lifting your pelvic floor, containing your core shape. It's going to help you twist deeper. 3. Broaden your collarbones out to the side. Right shoulder blade down the back as you draw your rib cage across your left thigh. 4. And 5. Okay, and release the pose. And you can take a break there or vinyasa. Inhale, pick up. Exhale, step or jump back and lower. Full inhales every time. Full exhales every time, whether you're moving or sitting. Gaze forward, bend the knees, come forward to a seated position. Navasana. And maybe we'll do some fun versions here. I'm going to lose my belt. Lean the weight back. Lift your arms, lift your legs. You can hold here. Maybe release the hands. We'll call that 1. You can keep the legs bent or work them straight. That's up to you. 2. Chop your arms down. Lift your chest up. 3. Shoulders back, chest up. Keep breathing. 4. And 5. We're going to lower down. Don't come down. We're going to lower down to sunken boat. 1. Feet are about a foot above the ground. 2. Head's about a foot above the ground. 3. 4. Shoulders back, chest forward. Contain your core shape. 5. Inhale back up. 5 breaths. 1. We're going to do that cycle again. Maybe make it a bit more challenging. 2. Shoulders back, chest forward. Stay up. 3. Everything is lengthening. It makes it easier. 4. And 5. Lower down again. This time, see if you can reach your hands back. 1. It's okay if you're on your lower back as you reach your hands back. 2. Maybe separate your feet. 3. Draw the belly in toward your spine. Lift your pelvic floor. 4. And 5. Bring your hands in. You can use the hands to help you chi lift up. 1. Chop your arms down, chest up. 2. Draw the legs into your hip sockets. Legs are strong. 3. Lifting your pelvic floor, containing your core shape. 4. And 5. Very well done. Cross your shins. Inhale, lift up for 1 breath. Exhale, lower. Okay, we're all going to take a vinyasa, and we're all going to hold upward dog for 5 breaths. So if you want, you can roll over onto your shins, push into your hands, step or jump back into plank, lower down chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Everybody's holding here for 5. Strong legs now. 1. Push your feet down so you find the pinky toes on the mat. Lift your thighs up. 2. Contain your core shape, drawing your tail forward, lifting your pelvic floor forward. 3. Try to push the arms back. Don't let the arms roll forward. Arms back, pull your rib cage forward. 4. And 5. You can bring the knees down, curl the back toes under, shift your weight back. If you want to take a child's pose, go ahead. Maybe you're going to start to lift in towards a downward dog. Hold here for a couple breaths. If you want to pedal up the feet, go ahead. Okay, and when you're ready, come back into a seated position and lie down on your backs, preparing for back bends. I'm going to turn the mat to the side so you get a bit of a better view. Okay. We're going to bend the knees. We'll do bridge pose first, but if you can do Urdhva Dhanurasana, then you should be doing that. You can lift the hips up and interlace the fingers underneath you. I like to grab the ankles. I find there's a lot more action when you connect the legs and the arms. So push your feet down, lift your hips up, hold here. And that's 1. As you push your feet down, kick the legs into your hands, resist the hands back against your legs. 2, draw your tail up, push your shoulders down to lift your chest. 3, keep containing that core shape as you lift your tail up. 4. And 5, and lowering down. Okay, Urdhva Dhanurasana, you have to come up onto your head and onto your hands. So inhale, lift up onto your head, onto your hands, and you can stay there. Maybe squeeze your elbows in towards each other, shoulder blades down the back, and then inhale, lift up. Otherwise, take bridge again. 1, hips up, contain your core. 2, try to make your arms straight, shoulder blades down the back. 3, try to make your legs straighter, either version. 4, deep breaths. And 5, I'm lowering down. And then last one, on your own time. Inhale, pick up, hold there. That's 1. Straight arms, straight legs. 2, shoulder blades down the back. Continue the core shape, breathe in your heart. 3, 4, and 5, and lowering down. Okay, hug the legs into your chest. Rock side to side, massaging your paraspinal muscles or make little circles. We can throw in a little twist, bring your hips to the side. Exhale, let your knees fall towards the right. Right hand on top of your left knee, gaze toward your left hand. If there's another twist that works better for you, then you do that one. Hold here for 5. And that's 1. So the trick to a twist is to relax completely when you're lying down. Relax your body 100%. 2, heavy legs, heavy hips, heavy ribs, heavy arm on your legs. 3, 4, and 5. Inhale, work your way back up into center. If you want to shift your hips, go ahead. And then exhale, let your legs fall towards the left. Gaze towards your right, left hand on top of the right knee. Hold here. And that's 1. Heavy legs, heavy hips, heavy ribs. 2, heavy left hand on your right leg that's pulling you deeper into a twist. Keep relaxing. 3, try not to engage any actions of the body. Just try to be loose here. 4, and 5. Work your way back up and towards center. Again, hug the legs into your chest. Go ahead and make little circles or rock back and forth just to massage your paraspinal muscles. And then rock up to a seated position. And you can take a vinyasa or just sit and breathe. Inhale, pick up. Exhale, step or jump back and lower chaturanga. Full inhales every time. It doesn't matter if you're off my count. Full exhales every time. Oh, there goes my son's art. Gaze forward, bend the knees, coming forward into a seated position. And we'll take a forward bend from here. So I like to hug the legs personally in this pose and just hold there. If you can catch your feet, steering your legs, you go ahead, that's fine. But don't push. We're going to take this easy. Okay, we'll call that 1. We're going to be here for 10 breaths. 2, so just like a twist, try to relax your legs. Relax your lower back. 3, no tension in the lower back. You release it more and more every time you exhale. 4, and you want to gently draw the legs back. Gently draw them back. 5, as you draw the legs back, draw your rib cage forward. 6, we're not pushing deeper. We're just resting. 7, 8, 9, and 10. Slowly work your way back up. And you can take a vinyasa or you can just hang out here and breathe. Inhale, pick up. Exhale, step or jump back and lower. Contain your core again. Slow inhale, upward dog. Take your time, whether you're moving or sitting. Slow exhale, downward dog, whether you're moving or sitting. Gaze forward, bend the knees, coming forward to a seated position, and lie down in your backs, preparing for shoulder stand, Sarvangasana. So if you're not taking a full shoulder stand, just lie down on your backs and lift your legs up. So you want to keep the feet above the heart, allowing the blood to flow down, and it has a calming effect on the nervous system. Otherwise, if you want, I would prefer to tuck in my shirt inside my shorts with a nice nerdy look so that, I don't get the whole midriff exposure, because it's just not polite at this age to do that. Okay, whenever you're ready, go ahead. Inhale, lift up your legs, lift up your hips, hand in your lower back for support. Point your feet up, hold here. 1, contain that core shape. 2, and then lengthen your feet away from your core. Keep breathing. 3, bring the elbows close together behind your back. 4, Sound the breath through your throat so you squish out your lymph nodes. 5, 6, 7, and 8. Lower the legs down behind the head. For Halasana, the feet don't have to touch down. Maybe you interlace the fingers behind you. Otherwise, keep them on your lower back. That's fine. 1, push the feet down if you can. Lift your thighs up. 2, push into the back of the head. Gaze to the wall behind you. It'll open up your trachea. 3, keep pushing your shoulders down if you can. 4, hold your belly in. Lift your thighs up. 5, look back and breathe. 6, 7, and 8. Bend your knees. Bring the knees by your shoulders for Karnapidasana. Ear squeeze pose. Hold here. 1, so keep your feet together, knees apart. 2, try to squeeze the knees onto your ears. 3, try to pull the head off. Keep looking back. It'll help you breathe. 4, look back. Take a deep inhale. 5, 6, 7, and 8. Work your way back up and towards a shoulder stand if you can. If you can, just cross your shins. Maybe you bring the hands onto your knees and straighten your arms. It's a lot easier in lotus, believe it or not. So you can take a full lotus from here. And again, it's okay to have the hands on your back. Maybe hands on your knees and straighten your legs or your arms. And that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Continue your core shape. I know it's hard. 5, 6, 7, and 8. Bring your legs towards your chest. Wrap the arms around the legs for Pindasana, embryo pose. I'm just going to count. It's hard to talk. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Bring the hands on the mat. Use the arms like brakes. Lower your hips down. Take your time lowering down. Okay, once your hips come down, we'll take Matsyasana. It's okay if you're not in lotus. If you're not in lotus, straighten your legs. Bring the legs on the floor. Hands underneath your hips. Tuck the elbows underneath you and drop your head back. If you are in lotus, drop your head down, grab onto your feet, flex your feet, hold here. Wherever you are, try to press your legs down. If you're in lotus, lengthen your knees forward, press them down. 2, as you press your legs down, use that strength to arch your back more. 3, shoulder blades down the back, lift up into your chest, breathe there. 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Keep the head and chest where they are. Just lift the arms and legs up to a 45-degree angle. Undo your lotus, Utthana Padottanasana. It's 1, long legs in the hips, long arms in the shoulders. 2, find your core shape and arch your back. 3, deep breaths in your heart. 4, focus on the deep breath, the lightness of the pose. 5, everything wants to evaporate up. It's light. 6, 7, and 8. Feet down, elbows down. Roll your head out safely. If you want from here, you can just hug the legs. Rock side to side or make little circles. Otherwise, rock up. And if you want to take a vinyasa, go ahead. Otherwise, step or jump back, lower down, chaturanga. Full inhales every time. Full exhales every time. Gaze forward, bend the knees, coming down to all fours and preparing for headstand. So if you're not normally doing headstand, don't come all the way up. It's okay to start the beginner version. where we interlace the fingers, squeeze the elbows in so the forearms are parallel, drop the crown of the head down in between the hands. Curl your back toes under and straighten your legs, and you just stay here. Don't kick up, don't lift up one leg, just stay here. Otherwise, if you're ready, sure, go ahead, start to walk in. If you're ready to lift your hips up, go ahead. You do what you can and breathe. Hold here. 1, push your forearms down, contain your low ribs. 2, so find that core shape, pelvic floor to the ribs, ribs up to the pelvic floor. 3, then lengthen your feet away from your core shape. 4, forearms down, core shape holds, feet reach up. 5, relax your eyes, relax your breath. 6, 7, and 8. No, actually, no, we're holding for 10. Sorry, hold there. 9, one more breath, you can do it. And 10. If you can, lower down to pike, hips back, lowering your legs, hold here. 1, long legs and pike. 2, super strong legs, breathe. 3, relax your face, relax your eyes, relax your breath. 4, and 5. Inhale your way back up, 1 breath, contain your core shape, contain. And then when you're ready, go ahead, let's come back down. Drawing your hips back. I like to roll forward onto my head just to stretch out the back of the neck. That's a personal choice. And then whenever you're ready, go ahead, take a very comfortable child's pose, Balasana. There is no count here. It's a counter pose. So you can relax this part here of the shoulders and the back of the neck. Let the head and shoulders roll forward and heavy. Relaxing your body. Every time you inhale, open up the backside of the rib cage like it's a sail. And when you exhale, let that sail soften down on your spine. Again, if you want an extra stretch in your lower back, draw your tail down towards the heels. Deep breaths. Okay, slowly work your way back up. Just step your hands forward, step your feet back, lower into Chaturanga. Slow inhales every time. It doesn't matter if you're off my count, it's never mattered. And slow exhales, downward dog. Gaze forward, bend the knees, coming forward into a seated position. If you can take full lotus, go ahead. Otherwise, just cross the shins. If you want, you can catch the elbows behind your back and fold forward. If that's not comfortable, keep the hands in front. You can make 2 fists, maybe drop your head on top of your fists or on both fists like that. It's just a cross-legged forward bend, so don't overthink it. Breathe. You're still doing a counter pose to headstand. That's 1. Head and shoulders roll forward and heavy, allowing more release. 2. Try to keep your hips down as you lengthen your ribcage forward. 3. Sounding your breath, most important part every time. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. And 10. Slowly work your way back up. Take Chin Mudra, index fingers to the thumbs, backs the hands, the fronts the knees. For Padmasana, lotus pose. Breathe. 1. Press your legs down into the floor. Hold your belly in. Grow tall against the foundation of your legs. 2. Strain your fingers and arms, shoulder blades down the back. If you want to find that cactus, keep the shoulder blades in place. Now release your hands down. 3.
4. Keep the attention on your breath. Watching it expand, watching it contract. 5. 6. 7. And 8. Holding for 2 more. 9. And 10. Lift the gaze, release the motion, preparing for Vipluttihi. Vipluttihi is a lift. It's easier if you're in lotus. I'll do this from the side so you can see better. I bring my hands just in front of my hips or behind my knees. Lean my weight forward, round my front, push the floor away, lift my tail up, hold there. 1, knees to your chest. 2, thighs to your stomach, lift up. 3, if your feet are down, lift 1 foot. 4, push the floor away like it's hot. 5, find your core shape, lift your pelvic floor. 6, tail up to your chest, knees up. 7, lift your thighs up, stay up. 8, lift up, you're almost there. 9, lift your knees up once more. And 10, and lowering down, well done. And we'll take one last vinyasa. Step or jump back, lower down, chaturanga, and take your time. Full inhales, upward dog every time. And full exhales, downward dog. Gaze forward, bend the knees, coming forward into a seated position. And then exhale, lie down your backs, taking rest. I'm bringing a book in for a pillow. It's going to help position your head to relax your neck. So what you're going to do is lie down on your back with your head at the book. Lift your head up, draw the chin in towards your throat so you're lengthening the back of your neck, and then draw the head down. Turn the palms up to face the ceiling, so you find your cactus up here. Just release the hands out to the side. Keep the shoulder blades in place as you lower your hips. And as you bring the hips down, use the legs to lengthen your tail to the front of your mat. Straighten your legs. Hold there in Shavasana. And we'll be here for a few minutes in quiet. I'll talk you through the first bit, and then we'll be quiet for the rest of it. So let your body relax completely, getting heavy into the floor. You want to feel like a marionette whose strings have been cut. It's like you're a rock that's been plunged into the middle of a pond. Every time you exhale, your body sinks deeper into that pond, moving deeper and deeper into a state of relaxation. Feel your feet relax. Send the breath into your feet, making the flesh soft, making the bones detach, and they melt into the floor. Relax your shins, your calves, your knees. Send the breath to the lower leg. Relax the muscles off of the bone with your breath. Relax your thighs. Let the femur bones detach from the hip sockets and detach from the knees, as if they were drifting away from the hips. Flesh melting off of the bone. Relax your pelvic floor. Relax your pelvis, your hips, all the flesh around the hip joints, getting loose, soft as you send the breath there and melting into the ground. Relaxing your lower back, feeling the breath move between your vertebrae, making them soft. Letting your entire lower back and all of your organs just melt down into the ground. Relax your rib cage and all of the intercostal muscles around your ribs. Notice how easy it is to take a breath when your rib cage is relaxed. Send the breath into the hands, into the wrists, feeling the breath move around the bones, around all the little muscles, letting the bones detach, the muscles soften and melt into the ground. Relax your forearms, your elbows. Feel the elbows come apart and detach. Relax your shoulders, your biceps, your triceps. Relax the shoulder blade, the collarbone. The entire shoulder mechanism slowly unhinges and relaxes completely as the arms drift away from the center of the body and melt into the ground. Relax your throat down into the back of the neck. Relax your jaw, relax the tongue off the roof of the mouth. Relax your nose, let it spread wide across the face. Relax your eyes, the eyelids. Relax your forehead. Relax the ears, relax the scalp. Let the entire scalp ooze off of the skull and melt into the ground. Every time you exhale, your body sinks deeper into the ground. Moving deeper and deeper into a state of relaxation. We'll stay here for another minute in silence. Bring the awareness back to your breath and start taking deeper breaths. Bringing the awareness back into your body, start moving fingers and toes, rotate wrists and ankles. Slowly bringing the legs back together, the arms up behind the head. On an inhale, come into a big stretch so the arms, legs, fingers, toes reach. And exhale, just let it go. Bending your knees, rolling onto your right side. Use the right arm like a pillow. The left hand on the floor in front of your chest. Stay there for a couple of breaths. And push into your left hand. Come up to a comfortable seated position. We'll close the class. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me today on my first YouTube live stream. That's a big step for me, so I appreciate you coming to witness it. There will be a winner next class as well, and that's going to continue for the next few weeks. So whenever you see me posting something on Instagram, make sure you tag 5 friends to it. Make sure you subscribe or they subscribe to this YouTube channel. And then you get a chance to win a one-on-one consultation for 15 minutes where we can break down anything that you're working on. That was a lot of fun. Thanks, guys. Do we have any questions? Oh, Cornetto, you just joined in. That's awesome. Cornetto's joining in from France, which is quite wonderful. We're getting people from all over the world. Thank you, Perry. What an honor to see you again. Really love to see you, my friend, and you're doing fantastic work. Thank you, Gabriella, and for all your wonderful encouragement. Gabriella sent me an email a few days ago, which totally lifted my heart, and it's very easy to get down during this time of quarantine and COVID and all that, and that's normal. So please don't feel like you're the only one or like you're alone. If you ever do feel down during this time, it's very normal and it's very common. It's going to happen. Thanks, Nicole. And yes, Mercedes Nicole is our winner for today. So Mercedes Nicole gets a nice 15-minute one-on-one. What was I saying? Yes, it's easy to get down, so it's nice to encourage each other, and that's why I want to thank Gabriella just for sending out a random note. So if you're unable to donate to any local charity, that's fine. I'm not holding anyone accountable to that. But if you can, do something nice for someone today. Send someone a nice email just to say how wonderful they are and how much you love them and how much they mean to you. And just that their presence makes the world that much better. And that's all we really need to do, one step at a time. So I hope you're doing that for each other. And I hope you keep doing nice things for yourself. This live feed is going to go on the YouTube channel and stay there. So if you missed it, you have an opportunity to come back and do it again. If you really liked it, then you can do it as many times as you want. And I'm going to try to build a series of small workshops. So even if you send me a private message saying, hey, Mark, I have a question about the whole warrior pose. How does it work? I don't know if I'm getting it or not. Send that message to me so I can make a workshop out of it, put it on YouTube. It's there for you as many times as you want. And I expect more questions to come up, and it's a very healthy thing. I won't always know the answer. And when I don't know, I'll try to figure it out. And if I do know, I'll do my best to share it with you in as much detail as possible. So that's about it, guys. Thanks for joining the live feed. I'm going to sign off now. I wish everyone peace and blessings. I hope you have a wonderful day. Mercedes Nicole will be contacting you in a couple of minutes. And I'll see you everyone on Thursday. Bye-bye. A bientôt. A la próxima.